Hello everyone, welcome to my channel edusphere. In this video I would like to discuss about your class 10 mathematics chapter 3, that is pair of linear equation in two variable. In the previous video already I discussed question number 2, and also I discussed all the formulas. If you have not watched that video, please go and check it. In this video I will discuss your question number 3 here. It is given on comparing the ratios, that is a1 by a2, b1 by b2 and c1 by c2. Find out whether the following pair of linear equations are consistent or inconsistent. सो क्वेश्चन में ये बोला गया है कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको ये रेशियोस निकलना है. ओके, a1 बाई a2, b1 बाई b2 एंड c1 बाई c2, ये तीन रेशियोस निकलना है. उसके बाद आपको चेक करना है कि ये जो है ये कॉन्सिस्टेंट है या इनकॉन्सिस्टेंट है. ओके, नीचे आपका दो पेयर ऑफ लिनियर इक्वेशन दिया गया है. ये आपका कॉन्सिस्टेंट है या इनकॉन्सिस्टेंट है, आपको चेक करना है. तो कैसे चेक करते हैं, ऑलरेडी फार्मूलाज हमने डिस्कस किया है प्रीवियस वीडियो में. तो ये कॉन्सिस्टेंट कब होगा, जब आपका एटलीस्ट वन सॉल्यूशन और मोर देन वन सॉल्यूशन रहेगा, उस टाइम में आपका ये हो जाएगा कॉन्सिस्टेंट. जो पेयर ऑफ लिनियर इक्वेशन दिया गया है वो क्या होगा, कॉन्सिस्टेंट होगा. अगर आपको नो सॉल्यूशन मिल रहा है तो द पेयर ऑफ लिनियर इक्वेशन इज व्हाट, इनकॉन्सिस्टेंट. नो सॉल्यूशन कब होगा, जब आपका क्या होगा, जो पेयर ऑफ लिनियर इक्वेशन है वो क्या होगा, पैरेलल लाइन बनाएगा. ओके, if it is parallel then it will give you no solution, so it means what, it is your inconsistent. So all the condition already I discussed in the previous video. If you have not watched, please go and check it. So let's solve here the first question. Sub number 1, they have given you two pair of linear equation. First one is given 3x plus 2y is equal to 5, and second one is given 2x minus 3y is equal to 7. So you have to arrange it here. First of all, you have to write the values here. A1 values will be which one, we will take the values from the first linear equation, that is the coefficient of x is your values of a. Okay, so if you see here, coefficient of x is how much, 3. So a1 value we will take as 3, and then b1 value, it is here coefficient of y, that is 2. So 2 will take as b1 value, and c1 value will take the constant term. So if you see here, the constant term is 5, so we will take it is as c1 value. Similarly, from the second equation we will take our a2 value. So a2 value will be what, that is your coefficient of x, that means 2 given here, and then b2 value, the coefficient of y, you can see here it is given how much, minus 3, and then constant term, that is c2 will take here how much given, that is given 7. Okay, so we got the values. So now what we will do, we will find out all the ratios. So first ratio, that is given what, a1 by a2, that is your first ratio given. If you put the values here, so your a1 value is how much, that is your 3, and a2 value, that is your 2. Now we cannot simplify further, so we will keep it as it is. So next ratio is what, that is your b1 by b2 ratio. So if you see here, the b1 by b2 ratio is, b1 value is how much here, 2, and then b2 value is how much, that is your minus 3, and last ratio if you see here, it is given c1 by c2. Okay, if you put the values, c1 value, that is 5, and c2 value, that is 7. So if you observe the ratios here, we got a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. So if you see all the values, the ratios of a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2 we got. Okay, both values are not same, not similar, so both are different. So if they are not equal, then what we know, they are intersecting line, and intersecting line means what, there is exactly one solution. So as I told that if there is a solution, okay, exactly one solution or more than one solution, in that case the pair of linear equation is what, consistent. So finally you have to write the final step, that is hence the given pair of linear equation is consistent. Okay, so let's solve the next question. Now question number 2, if you see here, it is given 2x minus 3y is equal to 8 and 4x minus 6y is equal to 9. So this question you have to simplify by yourself and you have to comment in the comment section that it is consistent or inconsistent. I will solve here sub number 3. So if you check here, so we will write the value first of all a1. So a1 value is what? That is from the first linear equation, the what coefficient of x, that is how much value? 3 by 2. Okay, then next value b1 value, if you check here the coefficient of y, it is given how much? 5 by 3. Okay, then constant term, that is c1 value is equal to how much? 7. So similarly from the second equation we will take as a2 value, it is how much given? If you see here 9 given. Okay, and then v2 value, that is the coefficient of y, if you see here it is your minus 10, and then c2 value, that is constant term, that is given 14. Okay, now we'll find out the ratios. Let's check it. It is what? Consistent or inconsistent. So first ratio is what? a1 by a2, and if you put the values, a1 value is how much? That is your 3 by 2, and then your a2 value is how much? 9. So you can see here 9 you can divide by 3, so it will go how many time? 3 time. 3 you can divide by 3, it will go how many time? 1 time. Now if you simplify further, it will be how much? 1 by 3 into 2 will be 6. Okay, the first ratio we got 1 by 6. Next ratio is what? b1 by b2. Okay, let's find out b1 by b2 here. So b1 value is how much? 5 by 3, and then b2 value how much? That is your 10, minus 10. Okay, again 5, if you divide by 5, it will go 1 time, and 10 will go how many time? It will go 2 time. Again if you multiply, you will get how much? You will get, it is your minus 1 by 6 you will get. Okay, then last ratio, that is third ratio, c1 by c2. So if you see here, c1 value is how much? That is your 7, and then c2 value, it is your 14. So now if you simplify further, it will go 1 time by 7, it will go 2 time, so is equal to 1 by 2. So if you see here the condition here, so both the values, if you observe, both the ratios, that is a1 by a2 we got 6, and b1 by b2 we got minus 1 by 6. So they are not similar, they are not same, because one is positive, one is negative values. So we will write here, therefore a1 by a2, that means first ratio is not equal to b1 by b2, that means the second ratio. So if they are not equal, so it means what? It means that there is exactly one solution. As I told, if there is a solution, so it means the pair of linear equation is consistent. So we will write, hence the pair of linear equation is consistent. Okay, so it is your final answer, that hence the given pair of linear equation is, we got here, consistent. Okay, let's solve the next question. Next question number 4, they have given 5x minus 3y is equal to 11, and the second equation given minus 10x plus 6y is equal to 22. So we will write the value first of all. So here the a1 values we will write, a1 is your what? Coefficient of x, that is given here 5. Then b1 value, if you see here, coefficient of y, that is given minus 3, and then c1 value, that is constant term, that is given 11 here. Similarly from the second equation we will take as a2 value, that is your coefficient of x, you can see it is your minus 10, and then b2 value, coefficient of y, that is given 6, and then c2 value, that is constant term, it is given minus 22. Similarly we will find out now the first ratio, that is your a1 by a2. So if you write here a1 by a2, and then if you put the values, a1 value is your 5, and a2 value, that is your minus 10. If you simplify further, both are divisible by 5. If you divide by 5, it will go 1 time, it will go how many time? It will go 2 time. That means values is what? That is your 1 by 2. Then next ratio is what? Second ratio is your b1 by b2. So if you find out b1 by b2, just put the values here. Minus 3 by 6, again both are divisible by 3. It will go one time, it will go two time. So again the values we got minus 1 by 2. Okay, then third ratio, that is your c1 by c2. So c1 by c2, and we will put the value. C1 value is 11 and c2 value is minus 22. If you simplify further, both are divisible by 11. It will go one time, it will go two time. We got to minus 1 by 2 again. This time if you see, all the ratios are equal. So if your all the ratios are equal, it means what? It is your what? Coincident line. And coincident line means what? Many solution. So if there is a many solution, it means what? They are the consistent equation. Okay, then we will write here. We got here, therefore we got a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 also we got, and is equal to c1 by c2 we got. And then we'll write, hence the given pair of linear equation is consistent. Why? Because there is what? Many solution. Okay, so this is your final answer. Again, next sub number 5, you try it. Okay, and then if you get any doubt, you can ask in the comment section, and you can comment your answer in the comment section as well. Okay, so if you like this video, please do subscribe and share with a friend. Thank you.